Hello, Slothrin and adult fans of LEGO. It is that time again. It is time for another magnificent episode of Sloth City. And boy, do we have interesting things going on today. Yes, we do. I mean, we don't have like new buildings or anything, but we have a whole new room configuration and some other little updates. So without any more hoopla and hyperbole, let's just get into it. First, I want to show you the whole new layout from the very beginning. And so we are going to start off with the door, which means we are in, I don't know, the vestibule, the little narrow area, which has been cleared out of the Lego table. I was going to move those shelves, but they're apparently attached to the wall. But as you can see, just as soon as you walk in, you can see the layout is very, very different. Over here, we have Ignore the Chaos, the build table, with my wretched and trash chair, and there is the dread pirate Shiloh, who is the only cat that is allowed into the Lego room to visit Sloth City because it is the only cat out of the three who does not try to play Catzilla. But anyway, we are going to have the table here, and that means if I'm doing live streams, the camera is going to be set up on this table, and that means behind me there will be the amazing expanse of Sloth City. Look at how the tables now can all be open and properly appreciated. There is a lot more accessible space now. And, oh rats, I was going to show you that I had taped up the curtains with duct tape to get them out of the way, but apparently I didn't use enough duct tape, so they're falling down again. That is a shame. But you can see from the puffy nature of them that when I have a sufficiency of duct tape, because of course I am not going to do anything non-redneck jinky, I am absolutely going to use lots and lots of duct tape, and those curtains are going to turn into poofy white clouds over the streets of Sloth City. But anyway, pretend that they're taped up. Pretend that they aren't dangling down and getting onto the runways and things. Just pretend like they did not fall down. Moving on. I have reset up my magnificent, wonderful Star Adventurer Park. And it is bigger now. It is way bigger. We have this main area, and we have room for our rides to go around without, like, taking people's heads off. We don't like to have decapitations in Sloth City. Wait, we're going the wrong way. There we go. That's better. And this one, we can go round, round, and round, and round. Yeah, you get the idea. And up here, we have our wonderful drag queens who are having party time with some random biker dude. And they're on one of the rides. And that can go around again without ripping anybody's heads off. And that is so cool. But besides that, there are also plans in store. If you recall, many episodes ago, there was the plan to have Star Adventure Mountain. And Star Adventure Mountain had to be, like, indefinitely postponed for lack of space, for lack of parts, for lack of time, for lack of resources, for lack of whatever. I have decided to revive the concept of Star Adventure Mountain. I am thinking of moving this table just a little bit further, or else attaching a shelf here to this wall to aid me in building Star Adventure Mountain. And that is why I have this track here, because that was the track that was going to be used for the Star Adventure Mountain roller coaster. And so just so I would remember to tell you about it and not forget about it and not put it on the back burner again forever. Hold me to it, bring it up if you don't hear about it again. Say, hey, what's going on with Star Adventure Mountain? Have you, accumulated any parts for that? And I'll try to, continue with that plan. What else is going on? Well, do you remember the wonderful toy store that I had modified and personalized to some degree? Put on that nice vintage awning on everything? Well, I have added a few more things to make it an even better toy store. And you can see one of them there from the window. We have more stock, and it includes that cool teddy bear that is like as tall as a short person. And so it is one of the attractions to draw people into the store. And inside, if I can get this to focus, which I may or may not be able to do, there is much more stock inside too. And if we look over here and I blow it up, see how the sign is advertising bunnies, which I assume are stuffed animals, and balls. I mean, that is more of a sports ball. And indeed, I have a sports ball like that I could be using, except that it is round all over. There's no place to secure it to anything, and that's really inconvenient when you're as clumsy as I am. So in spite of the fact that they are advertising that ball, at the moment we are pretending that they are sold out, also because I can't remember where I put it. But look, now we have rubber balls in stock. We have roller skates in stock. The bunnies that you see there in the advertisement, we have a variety of bunnies. Not just one bunny. We've got small bunnies. We've got big bunnies. We've got an assortment of bunnies. We have a stuffed rodent. I don't know what that's supposed to be, if that's supposed to be a guinea pig or a hamster or it's a rodent of some sort. But yeah, sorry. We have stock. We have more counter space so that there's some place for the stock. There is the fine lady who works there. And that is the improvements to the toy store. That's all I've really done in the way of interior improvements of any of the buildings recently, because of course there has been so much chaos going on, so much destruction and construction with all of the rearranging. But whereas a lot of the city is rather at 6s and 7s, there are still parts of the city that are up and running for business. And so we still have the Capes and Cowls Cafe doing its regular business. We still have our regular saxophone guy doing his regular saxophone gig. We have our usual Sloth city citizens, like our wonderful dragon population, who are out and about having fun. And of course, as long as we have Sloth Senior, we have Sloth Senior out on the motorcycle, leading the pack. We have Brett with Snowflake, and we have Brother Buttchop, and they are trying to keep up with Sloth Senior, who is, of course, a very, very, very active and nimble 81-year-old man on his motorcycle. But yes, I've tried to make sure there are still stories going on, stories being told at any given time. Even though a lot of the city has been broken down, a lot of the city still exists. And of course, now we can see the wonderful hospital again. I am so excited to see my hospital. I love my hospital. Just taking a minute to admire things from angles that we haven't had a chance to admire them from in a minute. Very nice. Can say hello to Sally there in the dress shop. But that's really it. I've shown you everything I think that I had planned to show you, and this is already a kind of a lengthy video just because I was talking about future plans and things and running off at the mouth. So now that you have seen the new table layout and you've seen the plans for the puffy white cloud curtains and some of the new rearrangement, a lot of things I'm not sure where they're going to be, and more things will be added like shelves and so forth, but that's for another video or I will never get this done. But thank you for joining me for this little update of Sloth City. Just ignore the huge, ginormous, buzzing insects that are having fun bashing themselves against the lights, if you can hear them. Hopefully they aren't as loud to you as they are to me. But yes, thank you for coming. I hope you'll join me for the next awesome and wonderful update of Sloth City, where I'm sure more magnificent and wonderful things will be happening as things in Sloth City always do. And until then, I hope that you, my dear Slothrin and adult fans of Lego, have a most excellent and fantabulous day.